Recently, I was coaching a student on his ToK essay, and we were planning the structure of the essay. And I kept using phrases like knowledge argument, knowledge claim, knowledge issue, particularly knowledge argument. And after about 15 minutes, he said to me, "What is a knowledge argument?" So I apologized and I said, "Well, you might use the term knowledge issue at your school or knowledge claim at your school. They're all the same thing." To which he replied, "No, I've got no idea what those things are either." Now, respect to the student for speaking up. I have absolutely no criticism of him for admitting there's a gap in his knowledge. My criticism is of me for just assuming that he would know what a knowledge argument is. So today, on ToK Today, we'll cover the essentials. What is a knowledge argument? Welcome to ToK Today. I'm Daniel and I've been teaching ToK for a long time, 19 years. And over those years, I've become more and more aware of the need for students to understand how to identify and write knowledge arguments. If you want to do well in the ToK Exhibition and the ToK essay, you have to be able to identify and to write knowledge arguments. Knowledge arguments are also sometimes called knowledge issues, knowledge questions, or knowledge claims. They're essentially all the same thing. A knowledge argument or knowledge issue or knowledge claim is any statement about how knowledge is made, received, interpreted, or justified. It's just a statement about knowledge. It's as simple as that, a statement about knowledge. Now, in ToK, all of the ToK exhibition prompts are knowledge arguments, and all of the ToK essay prompts are knowledge arguments, or knowledge questions, or knowledge issues, or knowledge problems, whatever we want to call them. So, exhibition prompt 25, how can we distinguish between knowledge, belief, and opinion, is a knowledge question. As is ToK exhibition prompt number 2, are some types of knowledge more useful than others? That's the easiest ToK exhibition prompt. And if you want to know why, check back to my video on what are the easiest ToK exhibition prompts, all linked above. Equally, all of the essay titles are also knowledge questions. So, question number 5, May 24, do we need custodians of knowledge, is a knowledge question. And question number 1, November 23, are facts alone enough to prove a claim, is another knowledge question. I could go on, but I think that you've got the idea. Usually knowledge questions have the word knowledge in them, but not always. However, they are always about knowledge. The other place to find knowledge questions is in the ToK subject guide from IB. Under each area of knowledge and under each optional theme, IB have listed suggested knowledge questions. We are not limited to these knowledge questions. We can use our own, we can make our own up, but they're a good guide to what IB want us to be looking at. So you might ask, why do we need to be able to write knowledge questions if IB gives us knowledge questions anyway? And to an extent, you would be right. It's not so much that you need to be able to write knowledge arguments or knowledge questions. It's more that you need to be able to explore knowledge questions and knowledge arguments. And one of the easiest ways of exploring them is to be able to write them. Because obviously, every knowledge question leads to more knowledge questions. So let's take question 5 from May 24. Do we need custodians of knowledge? It's a very straightforward question. To answer it, we need to set 2 subsequent questions. Number 1, well, what is a custodian of knowledge? And number 2, what needs might they fulfill? Let's just focus on the second of those 2 questions. What needs might custodians of knowledge fulfill? We need to answer that if we want to know whether we need custodians of knowledge. Now, this course is called Theory of Knowledge. It's all about knowledge. So the needs that we're interested in are the needs that custodians of knowledge might fulfill. They are knowledge needs. So we might ask the following types of knowledge questions. Do custodians of knowledge preserve and protect existing knowledge? Do custodians of knowledge identify and maintain knowledge gatekeepers? Do custodians of knowledge define and describe the methodology of knowledge production? Do custodians of knowledge define legitimate evidence of knowledge? And so on and so on. I think you get the idea. The essential point being is that if you can write these knowledge questions, you can then unpack the big knowledge question in the essay or exhibition prompt. These smaller knowledge questions help you to explore the big knowledge question. It's straightforward, it's simple, and it's obvious. And when it's clearly explained, it's certainly nothing to worry about, and not something that you want to overcomplicate. However, some students miss the centrality of knowledge questions when they start writing their ToK exhibition or ToK essay. After watching this video, you won't be one of those students. And you can find oodles more content to help you with your ToK essay and ToK exhibition on toktoday.com. If you found this video useful, then a like, a comment or a subscribe would be very much appreciated. Go on, hit subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you on the next one. Stay ToKtastic, my friends.